Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Brackin.
And I'm Lindsay, and this is Tiny Notes from Home.
We hope to challenge, encourage, and inspire you on your journey with Jesus, for He is the way, the truth, and the life. Today we have an impromptu video for you. We're going to give you a mid-season garden tour to show you how this beautiful, abundant garden is providing food for our family. Stay tuned. In case you're just joining us, we are the Kirkland family, and we have 6 boys. We also make the music of Sounds Like Rain. If you like godly, encouraging, and inspirational music, be sure to check the link in the description below. But you're joining us on our vlog channel today, where we normally make encouraging videos from our family to yours. We hope you'll enjoy and consider subscribing to join us for the rest of the journey. We live in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina, and the particular area that we live in is very, very, very wet. So we have a wildly abundant garden this year, one of the best that we've ever had, and we're attributing that to the soil, the sunlight, and the abundance of rain here. So we're going to give you a quick tour of the garden. Lindsay's going to show you around, tell you some of the things that she's growing and how we use them for our family. But before we do that, let me give you a quick 30-second view of how we built this garden last year. The full video will be linked below if you want to head back and check out our garden building video. Enjoy, and we'll see you for the tour in just a moment. So in this clip from last year's garden building video, which I have sped up for your convenience, I'm explaining how we built our raised beds. We filled them with cardboard and rocky material and dead woody material, and finally a layer of topsoil and compost. It took us a few days to build them, and they have been very, very effective ways of growing food for our family. So it has been a successful raised bed garden for us. It's located right here in front of the house. We're on about a ½ acre down here in the sunny spot, and we have recently upgraded our area with a new garden shed. We hope to build a new greenhouse as well. We also have our existing chicken and duck coop here. We have a number of birds, and they're all egg layers, and they're abundant as well. You've been very busy. You've done a lot of hard work out here. Do you feel like it's paying off?
Yeah, I think we did a couple things different this year. We made an investment in some good compost, and that I think made a big difference. Also this year I just really planted a lot. And you know, the Bible says, he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, but he who sows generously will reap generously. So I feel like that is kind of being illustrated right now.
That's right, the garden is just slightly past its prime. We're here like kind of in the middle of the summer, so things are looking I don't know, a little needy, but generally speaking, wow.
So I'm just going to give you an overview of the garden space. We have 8 raised beds, and we grow a variety of things that our family enjoys: leafy greens, squash, tomatoes, cucumbers, and beans. And then we have a large herb garden behind me with herbs and flowers in it. So we just like a variety here, and it just creates beauty and things that we can use. So in this bed, all I planted was yellow beets and onions and lettuce. The lettuce is over now, but you see these giant vines? They were volunteers that planted themselves in the compost, and they're just a really nice winter squash that we got from some friends last year, and I'm really excited that we have a number of them growing on these giant vines. I made this little trellis to assist these pole beans that are supposed to be the yard-long beans, so hopefully they'll be nice and long. I've never grown those before, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. And right here, this is all zucchini, and there's also some beans tucked in here as well. So I planted beans in here when everything was real small. You know, you plant in faith, thinking the seeds are so small, are they really gonna do anything? So I probably overplanted a little bit. So the beans are kind of like in between. The zucchini, of course, zucchinis always just do a lot. So we've been getting a lot of zucchini. We've been making a lot of zucchini bread, and I've been shredding it and freezing it for in the winter. I'll add it to soups and tomato sauce and make zucchini bread. Another important thing is companion planting. So I learned a little bit about that, and I planted a lot of catnip in here because I learned that catnip helps repel the squash bugs, and so it seems to be working pretty well. And this garden is all kale. We really like kale, and we like to make kale salad, just eat it fresh as you're eating some right now. I also like to just give it to my chickens as a treat. I bought these as starts from the greenhouse, and so I think I bought like 2 flats of them and just put them in, and they've done so well. Normally my kale just gets eaten up by like worms, but this year it's done really well, and I really think the soil is key. Like if you have healthy soil, a lot of times the bugs just won't bother your plants. This garden, the boys really wanted to plant strawberries, so we bought a bunch of strawberries, and you can't really even see any of them because we have some more volunteers that took over this garden. Sometimes I pull out the volunteers, but we decided to leave them just because the strawberries are new and they're not producing that much this year anyway. So in here, the volunteers are pumpkins down here that are coming on really nice. And right here in this garden is all tomatoes. I planted a variety of different kinds of tomatoes. And a couple weeks ago when my dad was here, he helped me build this nice trellis for them. And it's working out really good. And in between the trellis, I have just some basil growing. Basil is a good companion plant with tomatoes. So yeah, I've never really been able to grow tomatoes very well around here because of the rain. They always just get some sort of rot or disease, but this year they are looking so good, and I'm really excited and hopeful that we're actually going to get a good harvest. So these are my cucumbers. They're looking a little sad right now, and I'm not sure if that's from the bugs or the rain. I don't know. There's a little one Ezra's getting. That's their favorite snack. So we just try to plant a lot of cucumbers because we love them. We like to eat them fresh. We also like to make pickles with them. In this bed, we have a lot of bush beans and also potatoes. I put the potatoes in back in March because I had some really needy little potatoes, and I just figured we'd put them in and see what happened. And they're kind of covered up with the beans, but this is mostly where we get our green beans. And every day the boys pick me a nice portion of green beans, so we've been having them almost every day with our meals, and they also enjoy munching on them. It's another one of their favorite little garden snacks. Down here on the end, I have butternut squash, and the leaves are looking kind of bad, and I don't know what that's from, if it's some sort of wilt or disease. Last year we grew butternut squash, and we probably got about 20 squash from the harvest, and I still have one left over that I need to cook. They just last so long, and you don't have to refrigerate them. Some of these raised beds have little end cap gardens, and now I'm going to show you what I have planted there. In these little end cap gardens, I wanted to plant flowers just to attract beneficial insects and just to create a beautiful atmosphere. So we have some sunflowers and some cosmos growing, and some zinnias, and some shorter sunflowers in the front, and then also some calendula flowers growing. So these calendula flowers actually have some really good skin healing properties, and I like to infuse oil with the flowers and then make soap. So we make small batches of soap, and depending on when you're watching this video, we may or may not have it available. Check the website. Right now we have 4 different varieties available. And in some of these soaps, I do use the calendula flowers infused into the oil. So be sure to check out sparrowsongsoap.net. The link will be in the description. And now I'm just going to show you the rest of our herb garden. Herbs are one of my favorite things to grow. I just love the fact that they are perennial. They come back every year, and mint just smells so good. You can make tea with it, and it's beautiful, and it spreads. Some people like that. I do. And also we have some catnip back here for the kitties. They like to rub on that. And then we just have some flowers growing, black-eyed Susans and some purple coneflower over here. And flowers just bring so much joy, and they're just so beautiful, and I just love that. it's just such a happy place for me to come out and see the flowers.
All right, we hope you have enjoyed our Abundant Garden tour. Lindsay, thanks for showing us around.
You're welcome.
Thank you for all your hard work in the garden. I know it's a labor of love.
I enjoy it. So thanks for getting me the soil and helping get the beds made.
And thanks to all the boys for their hard work too. And thanks to all of you for watching. If you haven't, go back and watch some of our previous content. We know you'll be blessed by it. And we will have more videos for you coming in the coming week. So be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, we love you guys. God bless you.
We'll see you next time.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.